You actually tweet about a lot of topics, and you never refrain from putting your thoughts across. Would you ever hesitate to state your mind, on Twitter, knowing that probably your opinion might create a lot of backlash to it?
I have done that, and sometimes I have been prevented from doing so for my own for my own health and safety reasons.
Has Rahul got something to do with that?
No, my mother has more to do with it than Rahul. Rahul sometimes says, "Can you please think this through before you tweet?" But my mother has access to all my accounts, so she'll go and delete it.
Oh.
Right then and there. She knows the passwords, she knows everything, she'll go and delete it.
God knows how many DMs she has read so far.
No, I mean, which is why I couldn't care less. I mean, it's not as if I've maintained this in every interview that I have, and people also know that.
Okay.
I mean, she's also made people, let people know in no uncertain terms that it's, out there.
Right.
So but it is for my own convenience that she has my email passwords, and sometimes that I can't respond to something, she has to respond. Let's say I don't have access to the internet, somebody else has to do that. So she has always been that person. Whether she's an equal partner with Blue Elephant, so she's also managed the company when I can't, and that's most of the time she's been handling clients too.
She's always been a central figure in your life, right?
Yeah.
Her whole life revolved around her.
And her whole life revolved around me more than anything else, more than the other way around. So so I guess these days sometimes I wonder, should I? But then I'm still vocative about things that I think is dharmic in my opinion. Right. But then dharma itself is a very grey area. Somewhere there, it's in the grey. It's not in the white. It's not in the black.
Talking about your tweets, it was interesting to see you tweet about how lucky you were to marry a guy who's more feminist than you. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, Rahul is a feminist, and I'm actually a lot more feminist than I am. A lot, actually, absolutely not judgmental about anybody or anything. So sometimes, let's say somebody is reacting to me in a really random way, and I'm like, what the hell is this person talking? If I'm lamenting loudly, he'll be like, why don't you think of it the other way? And in the next moment, I think thankfully most times I'm a sane individual, so I'm immediately looking at the other point of view. I'm like, yeah, right, why didn't I think of this? So he always dissipates, and he lives by this benefit of doubt, give benefit of doubt. I think all the time he gives benefit of doubt, and I don't think he really takes anything at face value. Or rather, he takes things at, and even especially if it is negative, or if you perceive some negativity, he'll be like, no, it's absolutely fine, don't think about it. So the more positive you are to things, the more positivity will come to you. I'm like, some days most days I'm like, fine, some days I'm like, I can't take this. I'm going to rant, and let me rant. Thankfully, his mom, my mom-in-law and I, gang up on that against him. So those days are his bad days. But he is somebody who, in this 2+ years of knowing him, 1.5 of being married, I have never once heard him gossip about somebody. I'm married to him, but he doesn't gossip about anybody to me. And I'm not saying this for the sake of cameras, just the way he is. And he also doesn't listen to gossip about anybody from anybody else. So that, I think, is a mark of somebody who, as a human being, and I'm not saying because I'm married to him, I'm glad that I am able to share this life with somebody who has such lofty ideals. But I think all of us at some level decide to speak about somebody. Sometimes it's parliamentary, sometimes it's not. So he reminds me to always be the better person. Right. So it's good to have a walking, living example right in front of you. Sometimes it's irritating, I can tell you that. I'm like, all right, I want to be right now. I want to be, gorging on chocolate and everything else. Can you not be Buddha Bhagavan? I'm not interested. For example, like that. So, but yeah, I think I have. Not once has he complained, not even when he was at the receiving end of a lot of nonsense. And I will be I'll be like on burning coals of sorts, because I get angry when things
Right.
are not right. He doesn't. I'm like, how
I've
can
never
you-
seen him angry,
No.
past 3 years. Right?
No, never. And I don't get it. I think once, if he loses it, he apparently goes silent or something like that. But I think there was probably once, but I can't even remember for how long he was angry. I don't think he was angry really. But yeah, he's a very interesting individual, always, and also very, very worldly wise, in the sense of he knows the world around. He's also curious about the world. I learned a lot about. He loves reading and geopolitics or anything else. He has a very interesting perspective on things. The other day I remember going and repeating one of his perspectives on this Black Mirror. And Rahman sir said, "Enna ipdilla yosikringa? How come you're thinking like?" I said, "Nah, yosikala. I am not thinking. That would be my husband." He told me this, and hence. So yeah, I mean, he is a very interesting mind. I really love reading his reviews and his point of view on the films that he watches. And I think one such conversation is what eventually ended up in us getting to know each other better and dating, and then eventually getting married. A conversation about the Ramayana.
What was that about?
I
What
think
did he
right
say?
now the way this country is better that we don't talk about it. We'll keep this off camera. Everybody is taking offense to everything. Yeah, I think right now I don't think even Sri Rama or Sitama would be that unhappy about people questioning. Because I have tweeted about it, I think it's okay. I have blogged about it also. I had just dubbed for Sri Rama Rajam in Tamil.
Okay.
So I was very affected by the suffering of Sita. The character of Sita had to go through in the film, and I said, how can a responsible man, in my opinion, Sri Rama failed in his duty as a king and as a husband. If you thought that it was very important for you to dump your wife because she was questioned by a washerman, that's fine. You're doing your dharma as a king, where you should be above question, and so should your wife. I guess that was his dharma or whatever. But is it not your duty and responsibility to personally give her, or if you can't do it, if it is below your dignity to do so, make sure that she is safely handed over to somebody and not just dump her in the middle of the forest, right? How can Lakshmana just dump her and say, okay, chalo, fine. Yeah, it's a different story that she's Lakshmi Devi's avataram and all that. But you just left her in the middle of the forest after knowing she's pregnant. I mean, what sort of a man does that make you? You know that she is pure. I mean, those were the questions that I had. I blogged about it and I said, I don't understand. So, how come Sri Ramachandramurthy is being lauded as the Uttama Purusha? Because I don't know, there are flaws. But then somebody came and said that he, in spite of being the god, he had to be the human being, and a human being meant he should have flaws. But I think those were the questions. But by default, I think the women in our Puranas have always been the ones who had suffered, be it Draupadi or be it Urmila, who is Lakshmana's wife, or be it Sitama, or most of the women. So that's where, and then I told him about another version of the Ramayana that I had heard from someone, and that's where our conversation actually started.
Okay, right.
For more videos, please subscribe to iDream.
Hi, this is Sai Kripa, Strength Coach. For more videos, please subscribe to iDream.
And more videos, please subscribe to iDream Media.
Hi, I am Sirisha Reddy, fashion designer. Please subscribe to iDream Media.
For more videos, please subscribe iDream Media.
Please do subscribe to iDream.
హలో అందరికీ నమస్కారం, నేను మీ గెటప్ శ్రీను. ప్లీజ్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ టు iDream Media.
iDream అంటే నా కళల ఛానల్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకున్నారు, నోరు తిరుగుతలేదు. మీరైతే గంట గుర్తు కొట్టండి.